How you gonna change the things around you? Oh, what you gonna love inside of you? Oh, when you gonna hear his revelation? Oh, let it move inside of you.
Welcome, beautiful souls, to Infinite Perspectives with your hosts, Michelle Diamond and Linda Boston. I am Michelle Diamond, CEO of Next Level Promotions, PR for Linda Boston, and co-founder, as well as co-host of Infinite Perspectives. Linda?
I'm Linda Boston, performing, literary, and teaching artist. And Alexus, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes.
Oh my God,
absolutely.
ladies, I am such a fan of both of you, beautiful, wonderful ladies. Thank you guys for having me on Infinite Perspectives today. Talk
Please,
show.
Yes,
I am your girl.
While
I'm
you're
sorry, go
right
ahead.
here, go on and introduce yourself for the audience.
Well, give us one moment.
Oh, okay.
Just want to make sure that we give our sponsors their shout out.
Oh, yes. So, I'm getting excited.
Perspectives is, of course, we're excited. It's Alexus Bria and Linda Boston. What do you mean? Well, guys, Infinite Perspectives, as you know, is proudly brought to you by Peer, Next Level Promotion, Carlotta Cole, the brand, Moniker Enterprises, and Unlimited Networks Property Management. Tonight, as we stated, we're diving deep into the stories that shape our world. Here, we live by our motto, where voices become vision, because every story expands the lens and every voice adds to the vision. Our tagline says it best: amplifying voices and inspiring visions. Tonight, we are honored to sit with a powerhouse herself, an artist whose creativity and presence are shifting the culture. Listen, put your hands together and welcome my sister, the phenomenal Alexus Bria. Okay? Yes.
Thank you, guys. I am Alexus Bria, and that is me. I'm a singer, writer, I'm an actress, rapper. I just do whatever I can possibly do in entertainment. So, I just entertain. I just like to entertain,
Yeah.
So that's who I am, and that's what I do.
And I think you're somebody's mama too, right?
I am somebody's mama. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. I am somebody's mama. My baby is 9. Shout out to my daughter, Peyton Riley Harper. She's a 9-year-old powerhouse and such a superstar herself. Yes. She loves to dance and just move. And oh my God, personality, Lord times 10. It's me times 10. Help me, guys.
Mommy to the max.
So yes, oh goodness, you know how kids are, but they match your personality, and I'm just so excited to just be a mother, be an entrepreneur, philanthropist. I think that's what they call it. Activist, artist, entertainer. I do it pretty much all. So
yeah. Well, let's start at the root then. What shaped your voice and gave you the courage to step into your artistry?
Hands down, my mother.
Yes.
My mother is such a strong one. My mother is now a pastor.
Pastor Alicia Garrick.
Pastor Alicia Garrick. I'm sorry. Let me not forget any titles, okay? Because I don't want her to get upset. But yes, my mother, she got accepted into Juilliard. I wasn't even born then, of course. So she got accepted into Juilliard. Very deep register, very honest, very beautiful woman inside and out, and helped me shape who I am. My grandfather also was a singer as well. He traveled the states and the countries to just sing quartet music, actually. So watching them as I grew up, my mom MC those programs and sing at those programs and just be a part of those things was what shaped my career and made me want to become a singer. Being in the studio with my mom me and my siblings late night and having those moments with her, being able to, I made my first song when I was 10 years old. So, being, and it was a gospel song for sure, but, inspiration has always shaped me. And my mom has been a pillar in my life in general, a support system. She is my momager. She helps me navigate through the artistry world and everything. She just helps me navigate through everything that I do. So shout out to my mom for sure.
Yes, yes.
Hmm.
Kudos for sure.
Hmm. Yep.
So,
So she was. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
what I'm just curious to know, as your mom was a powerhouse for you,
Hmm.
as you were getting and watching her move through whatever she was going through in her career, and your grandfather, what were the early challenges that molded the woman and creator you are today? Because you had to have some challenges that came in there, right?
Oh yes, of course. Becoming a mother myself was a challenge. I became a mother right out of college, 23 years old. So that was a tough cookie to take on, just being a mom, learning from my mom, but also seeing the trials and errors of artistry with my mom. She was on the Apollo twice. And as a correctional officer, she had her inmates and different people watching her as she was on there. And one I remember I never forget, she got booed off with Steve Harvey. He was one of the hosts. And then when she went back and she chose another song, she got applause out of, like, just crazy applause. But to see those moments of her being down, of her selling those CDs out of her car, to see her going to different churches to minister, to see my grandfather not always have a standing ovation, to see those moments of artistry that you don't have your best shows, or you're not reaching the people how you want to reach the people. Being a mom, having to stop being an artist. Like, whenever I got older, I went straight into artistry. I went straight into songwriting. And during that time, I didn't know it at the time, but I signed a 360 deal when I was 18 years old. And that 360 deal kind of made me want to stop doing music completely. So I stopped for like almost 6 or 7 years doing any type of entertainment, because I had some people who stole my name. They stole everything about me. I still to this day can't put out music as Whitney Weeks, and that is my real birth name. I have to do it as my middle name, which is Alexus Bria. And I chose that name because that was my only way to make music out of that contract. So there has been years, there's been times, it's now I'm dealing with family who doesn't support me. I'm dealing with friends who, and it's people who I've supported through their careers and their situations and their times, and I've been there and I've encouraged them. And it's been situations throughout this entire process that, oh my God, made me want to give up. It makes me cry. It breaks my heart. Not having the recognition, not having the support, being doubted, just not being what you've been to someone else. You can't expect you from people. And I am such a loyal person and such a giving person and a loving person that I want to see everybody win. I don't want to see nobody be down and out. I want to see everybody follow their dreams. So I encourage people to do things. They pass me and then they don't even reach back to help me, and they surpass me. And that kind of stings. That kind of stings a little bit, because it's like, man, like, if it wasn't for me encouraging you and praying for you and convincing you to come and do these shows and help me, you wouldn't even be where you are. But you just have to accept certain things and move forward and still love people for who they are and where they are. And I think that has been such a thing where I have to continue to be who I am and who God made me to be with the heart that he gave me. When I pray for his heart, but his heart comes with so many stings and so many, just so many things, because having his heart, you know, you're able to love and give and receive from everybody, but that's such a good and a bad thing at times, because not everybody is willing to do the same for you. And so it definitely hurts, and it's definitely a process, and it gets me down, it gets me depressed, it gets me in a funk. It makes me feel like I'm not worthy, or I'm not good enough, or it's like, God, why them and not me, or how did they surpass me when I've been working longer, harder, and more dedicated to the gift and the cause, and more giving to people around me. I don't understand it, and sometimes it makes me feel a little. Today was a day where I felt like just giving up on music, giving up on entertainment, because, and if I'm being honest, it's because of people who treat you like you aren't who you are, even though you have done things that are monumental and people would never see coming, And I know it's only God that's sustaining me and keeping me, but those situations have shaped me to give me the endurance and the persistence and the endurance to continue on and to see what the end is going to be for me. So
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
hard, but it's
No,
they never said it would be easy, but they said it'd be
yeah.
worth it.
And
That's
I
all.
hear everything. I hear everything you're saying. As an artist, I've faced some of those exact same things you're talking about.
Mm,
I've had people question, so what are you doing down there in Atlanta?
mm.
You know, if you don't know, I ain't gonna tell you. In fact, a brother told me the other day, uh, game is sold, not told.
Mm.
So you do what you do. And if you happen to see it, you were supposed to see it. You mentioned a 360 deal. I want you to teach your audience what that
Yes.
is. What is a
Mm.
360?
Well, when you have a entertainment company that wants to come in and own your name, own your likeness, own your
Mm-hmm.
brand, own your logo, things that you've built before you even met this company, and they try to tell you, well, you can't make money off of your name. You can't make money off of. Matter of fact, we own all of the songs that you already put out before you even met us.
Correct.
We own everything about who you are and who you pertain to be as an artist. Every show you have to pay us this. Anytime your name makes money, we make money, and we give you the crumbs of what that money is that we make. So say you had a show for, you made $100,000. A 360 deal would give you, it's a sometimes it's a 70-30 split. I mean
70/30.
76, yeah, 70-30. Is that 70-30, right?
70/30. Yep.
70-30. Sometimes it's less than that. And
Exactly.
so you would
80/20. Let's go
receive
ahead. 80/20.
80-20, 80-20,
Mm-hmm.
70-30. Those are deals where you get the 30 or you get the 20,
And
and
some
the
weekend
company keeps
90/10.
some 90-10. And that is
Mm-hmm.
that is a 360. If in any
Yes.
type of contract that you read and you don't have legal advisement or entertainment lawyers or people who are looking out for your best interests, then you should. At every time,
Absolutely.
every contract, everything that you sign your name on, that taught me at 18 that anything that I sign and put my name on a dotted line, I need to have somebody else look at it. That matter of fact, I need to have 2 or 3 people
There you
of
go.
of legal of legal
That
advice look at this. A lawyer, a entertainment lawyer. I need everybody to look at this. Somebody that has my best interest at heart, that's going to look at this information and tell me what I need to be doing in this
And
instance.
the key is to not feel rushed and operate
mm-hmm.
out of
Yes.
time. And that is the
Yes.
thing that I try to mentor people. Don't feel
Mm.
rushed. Don't feel like you're running out of time. You're not running out of time.
Not at
Look,
all.
I'm
greatness takes
150
time.
years old and I'm still doing it.
Yes.
150 and I'm still working.
Well,
So
you look
Whatever.
so
100.
young.
Yeah. 150. She needs to
you
quit.
don't
You
run
look
out
so
of time.
young.
You can't
She
you
needs to
can't
quit.
operate out of time. And that's probably, I was wondering what advice you would give artists coming behind you. The biggest
Mm.
advice you would give them
Yeah. Well.
would be to not rush. Take your
Don't
time.
rush.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm.
Mhm.
There's been moments where things have been phenomenal. There's
Mhm.
been months. It's like an entrepreneur. I would, if I had to align artistry or entertainment with entrepreneurship, I would, because there are months where you doing amazing things. There are months where you have amazing success. There's a year where you can have an amazing success, and there's a year where you can have a drought. There's a year where you can't even book a show. You can't get any type of income coming in. That does not mean stop.
There you
Consistency and
go.
persistency is going to sustain you, and it's
Mm.
really what's going to make you last past the people who are just trends, or the people who are just doing it for the moment. And
There you
so
go.
time is a social construct. Never think that time is supposed to allow you, or what, because you could be on your timing and then God could be on a whole different timing, and he can say,
Woo,
well,
you better come
you
on with a
can't
good
make it
one.
right now, but you can make it 5 or 6 years from now. And
Okay,
you
Pastor.
gave up in year 3. So what happened? What, you ain't gonna make it to year
We hear
6.
you,
And
Pastor
now,
Whitney.
oh, don't do that now. Hold up now.
We hear you, Pastor Whitney. Listen, we know
Yeah,
you. We
yeah,
know
you
you mentored a
preach.
pastor before, so we know it's
Look,
coming. It's
you
in your
look, you know
nature.
I'm in the house with one. I have a prophetic gift and I will not sleep from it. But oh my God, it is so challenging to
Do you
be.
mentor? Do you
She
mentor other people?
does.
I know
She
you do.
has.
I need a mentor, Miss Linda.
She has in the
Yeah,
past. Don't listen to her.
you know, you
So
know.
she does, and she has in the
Mhm.
past. What
That's
I
what-
wanted to say to all that you've shared and what Linda brought up, Alexis, is that through all the struggles, the highs and the lows, as you've mentioned, that there's a season with this artistry and in this industry. It really is. At time you could be on the A list, and then times you look, you're like, wait a minute, I'm down here with the Z's. What's going on?
Yep.
But and in all seriousness, that's how it works. But as you pointed out, consistency and persistence are absolutely key. And you know, I want to put a point to this. You clearly relayed the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams, because through all of that, the struggles, the highs and lows, you still maintained and believed in your dream, the vision of who Whitney and Alexus Bria Weeks are
Right.
and who they're going to be. And I'm putting it out there. So whoever hears
Amen.
Weeks, it will be back profound in the near future. Okay.
Amen. And I believe that. I believe
And,
that, as I
and
should.
it's also, it needs to be said, I think, as an artist, that success is relative.
There you go.
I'm in SAG-AFTRA. I talk to a lot of young aspiring actors who want to be an A-lister.
Mhm.
They want to be, and you have to remind them, out of 180, 160,000, 180,000 members of SAG-AFTRA, only about 3% are the A-listers.
Correct.
So why are you doing it? Are you doing it because
Mm.
of soul and it's part of what you want to do? How would you
Mhm.
describe, is what you do deep down in you, is your dharma, is your purpose? Or are you just trying to get rich, trying to make you some money?
Right. These are the
Listen,
questions that are valid.
I was asked on my last interview if, for me, it's so funny, right, Miss Linda? Because you've been on the Oval, you've been working with Tyler Perry for years, and I so admire that, right? But it wasn't until I started acting that gave me the door to open up all of my success. I've been singing for over 20 something years. Like, I've been making music, rapping, singing, all of these things. And it wasn't until I started acting that gave me that momentum. Meeting Oprah, meeting Kevin Hart, meeting Samuel L. Jackson. I'm talking about meeting major people on major sets is what really opened the door for me to for people to even listen to my artistry. And it's crazy to me because it's like I am multi-talented, and I do have different gifts that I can give. But those situations, I was asked on my last interview, would you do 100 roles and nobody ever know your name? Or would you do one role and everybody knows who you are for that one role?
What you say?
My choice, now I'm not gonna lie to y'all now. My choice was to have that one role like Taraji and have that, because Baby Boy made her career. After Baby Boy, we couldn't see her as anything else, but then it was the Cookie Lion, and then it was more, it
Yes.
was so many more roles, but that one role gave her that to start and be somebody,
Gave her
but
the
she had
ladder.
been doing, yeah, so many different things, but so many of my castmates, they said, we would rather the 100 roles and no recognition. I want the experience. I want the lessons. I want the process. I
Mm.
want the in the middle, in between, where nobody knows who I am, and I can't figure out who I am as an actor or an artist, and I need to figure out along the lines who I want to be.
Mm.
Now, in this moment, answering that question, it would be 100 roles, because
Awesome.
you have to do things because the passion behind doing them. You have
There
to
you
love
go.
what you do and be what you do. And you can't want it for the success of what you do. You have to
Mm.
do it because without it, you wouldn't be who you are. And
There
I
you
think that
go.
without artistry, I just wouldn't be who I am. I wouldn't
Yes.
know who I was without artistry.
Yeah.
And I would
I
make music. I would act if nobody knew my name. I would, and I think that you have to get them to see, like, you need experience, baby.
yes, you
you,
do.
you need experience. You need
I love
somebody who's
that.
going to teach you something and learn along the process. So whenever you do get to that moment where your career is in the hands of you knowing or doing, then you do and know. And that
Mhm.
experience is going to teach you.
Right. So, with you saying that a mouthful, and that was an amazing question, first off. So,
Mhm.
kudos to that person, that
Yeah.
host that posed that
Mhm.
question. So, following up behind that person, that host, and that question, we know that every artist has a process,
Mm.
moments of inspiration, rituals that keep the creativity flowing. Walk
Mhm.
us through Alexus Bria's process. What inspires your work, and how you balance staying true to who you are while navigating the industry's expectations?
Hmm. That's a great question, Michelle. It really is. I don't know an answer right off the top, but I'm gonna answer
Yeah.
it the best way I can. I believe that staying true to your morale and
Mm,
knowing who you are before you put yourself in the moment of being in the spotlight or around people to even recognize who you are. I think that who you are and your character and your morals will show through or shine through in any moment of those particular moments.
okay.
For me, I would have to say balance would be, if I have a role, having my daughter read the other lines for me and tell me, Mama, that's not right. That is not the words. Even if it's one word off, that is not the words, Mom.
Very relatable.
I
I
hear
see
that.
a lot of
My
smiles in
daughter
the
does
back.
the same thing. Yeah. My
Very a
daughter,
So
lot. Very
have it,
relatable.
right.
yeah, having my daughter, or singing in front of my family, and for them to be like, baby, that note, maybe you should try a different note. Like having a different audience and having people who they're not yes men. They're people that are around you who are going to tell you the truth so that it can bring the best out of you in each aspect. And it's so important to have people around you that support you in the moments where you're trying to figure it out, because it really does make a break. Like, some people are going to be around you and they're going to tell, like, oh my God, that was amazing. That was great. Like, just because of who you are and just because they don't want to go against the grain of telling you that you didn't do a great job this time. You need
Right.
people that are around you that's going to keep you on your toes. And that's just what it is. You need people that are going to tell you the truth. I would say constantly going to acting classes, going to singing lessons. I
Ah,
still at my
Woo!
big age, at my big age, at all of the success, honey, I need
That is key.
classes.
That is key. But you
I
know
need
what? I
I
love
need vocal
that.
lessons. I sing
And you
every
get
single
that.
day. You have to work at these gifts. These gifts, yes, they're given to you. Some people have God-given gifts, and that is a blessing to have those things.
Mhm.
But in between, when you don't have anything going on, what are you doing? Are you
Yes.
practicing or are you sharpening? The Bible says something, and I told you I ain't no preacher, right? But the
Well,
Bible says something about
whatever.
sharpening those gifts and iron sharpening iron and being around people who are gonna help you shape those
Mm,
gifts. That is important. When you get to a certain level, you feel like you don't have to do something, you gotta do
exactly.
it. And you gotta work twice
Exactly.
as hard. Because there's somebody always coming to take that spot that's
Ooh,
younger, that look better, that do more, that make more
mm,
runs, that has
yes.
better acting, and it's easy for them. But in order for you to stay a course and for you to stay on your toes, get the help that you need. That is so important. People get so comfortable and get complacent in situations when you don't need to be. Yes, you're good. Yes, you're great. Yes, you have great success. Still work. Still do the
Mhm.
work like you're hungry.
Absolutely. I love that. Great answer. And
That's all.
as one of our amazing stars and supporter, Miss Felicia Simone, she has an amazingly talented daughter herself. Um,
Mhm.
listen, and Felicia's talented as well, and she is, well, I should say, soon to be Dr. Simone. But anyway, let me stop putting all the business out there. But she's
Yes,
amazing as
yes.
well. Always a supporter, and she says great question, but I also say great answer. So with that, in alignment with everything, and we are so aligned here together, and that's why I love this circle that we have, because our mindset, the train of thoughts are along the same lines. Linda and I we had the same similar conversations talking about, if you're in a room and you're the smartest cookie in the bunch, there's a problem, right? Because you're not going to learn anything. You're maxed out at your
Yeah,
max level of education.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
your learning stops right there of, your knowing. So it's always good to be in a room of people that knows more than you, could teach you something, could pour into you so that you could pour into others and continue the growth cycle. Not only that, we know that there are certifications out there. When we go to school, we get different certifications, even in the medical industry and other industries. You have to maintain certifications yearly, sometimes twice a year, and every 5 years. It's the same thing with your artistry. You want to make sure that you keep up on it. So kudos to you, kudos to Linda on that. Here at Infinite Perspectives, we believe every story expands the lens and every voice adds to the vision. How does Alexus's story expand the lens for others watching you?
Hmm. For me, expanding the lens is what I do off camera. My nonprofit organization to give back to the community. Um, my mom and my mom's mom started a nonprofit called House of Edna. House of Edna gives back to the community in ways of helping single moms make sure that they get like housing or are able to pay bills. Giving to the community or doing drives, giving food, helping whoever I can in whatever moment that I'm able to help has been a bigger success for me or a bigger accomplishment for me than anything that I've ever done. Because you're good for what you do and how you do things, but giving back and going to speak to younger kids to keep them off the street, going to local just local things that are around the city to make a difference and make an impact that would I can never forget that I stopped a guy from getting the gang. I helped a 11-year-old start a business who is now on her way to being a multimillionaire. These are things that you will never see me talk about, but things where people and my fans come from. This is the respect that I have in the community that I grew up in because of people who respect the things that I do off of the internet. Even if I never got any shine for it, and I don't want any shine for it, to see that somebody turned out better than I did as a kid, who didn't do things that I did and made those mistakes and had to learn from those mistakes as a child, that is the moment for me that I feel changes the perspective off camera, on camera. It doesn't matter. I'm still going to do those things whether nobody knows who I am, whether
Mm,
nobody can see those things, and nobody sees them. But Everything came from word of mouth. I still have people asking me about the program, aftercare program. Having an autistic child come with me that is nonverbal to leaving that is they can't even tell that he's autistic or on the spectrum, playing football, you know, operating normally around his peers. Those are things to celebrate as an educator,
Absolutely.
as a woman, as a person, as a nurturer. Those are things that you don't see and that I don't talk about, because those aren't things that needs to necessarily be talked about. Those are situations where those parents came to me and cried, and
Mm.
and those parents are at my side and they're like, I'm going to support anything you do. Like, you know, I still have parents that share. I babysit kids and help kids study, and Peyton herself, like, giving that to my daughter. Like, Peyton is in the 4th grade and her scores are exceeding beyond her expectation, and she's reading and math on a 7th grade reading level. It's the things that I pour into when nobody's watching, the work that I do every day, all day, that makes me who I am. Those are the most important times and the most important points to make, to give people. It's what you do for people when nobody's watching. That's your character. That's
Mm.
who you are.
Yes.
So I think that's very important too, you know?
And it's really not about money. Most of what we do and what you're talking about has it's dharma, it's purpose driven, it's part of your soul, it's why you were put here in the first place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The success of anything, I don't care if it's acting, singing, factory work, teaching, doctoring, it's in your
Mm,
soul. When it's in your soul, it's the best thing that ever could happen.
Yes.
absolutely.
So now I have to ask, I wish your daughter were here because I would want her to tell us something about you and what she feels about you.
Mm.
Mm.
What would she
Oh,
say?
let me go grab her.
Oh Lord, you gonna go get her.
I
Gotta
can
put you
go
on
get her
the
now.
phone
The
first.
lighting is gonna change just a little bit. Mama V, Mama V, can you grab Pepe real quick? Thank you. I ain't even
Well,
gotta go inside.
while we're waiting for Pei to come on,
Mhm.
um, let's ask. I'll pose this: You've built an amazing connection with your audience that absolutely goes beyond the surface.
Mhm.
We know that you are more than skin deep. You know,
Mhm.
anyone that's been in your circle absolutely knows that Alexus Bria is the person that pours from the soul. And what impact do you hope your work leaves? And when people look back, what do you want your artistry to stand for?
You know,
Mm,
I'm such an old soul that I feel like, you know, the impact that Tupac left,
yeah,
the community, having a community, it's certain things that people who are of legend status leave behind, and it has nothing to do with their artistry. It has everything to do with their
there's
works in the community and who they are as a person. I hope that people remember me for who and what I've done. I want my works to speak for me.
Mm.
You know, I want the things that I've done to help people change who they are speak for me. I don't want, remember my artistry too. Don't forget.
yeah.
Remember that
I
too, because
feel you. I
that
feel
was a
you.
lot. Yeah,
Right,
that was a lot of
right,
hard work
right.
too. You know, I fought a lot, fought tooth and nail for those things.
Yes.
But just remember the things that shaped me and made me who I am. You know,
Right.
the moments that people don't see and don't talk about. Just remember the heart of Alexus Bria and not the artist Alexus Bria. Remember the love and the compassion and me as
Yeah.
a person and not as an artist. Just remember me for who I am and not what I do.
Mhm.
Right.
Love what I do and appreciate those things that what I do. But you have so many artists out here where you have to separate the talent from the artist.
Mm.
You got to separate, like, you know,
You
no
better
shots to
preach.
R. Kelly, but you got to separate the artist from the talent because he's an amazing artist. But
Mm.
person wise, You have to separate the people in order to respect the artistry. I don't want you to
Right.
ever have to do that for me. I want you to be able to respect me for the woman that I am, and then respect the artistry because you respect the woman.
Mm. Love that.
You know? Peyton is here. Come here, baby.
Peyton,
Look
let's
at
see
it.
you, Peyton. Hi, Peyton.
Mini Alexus. Hi, Peyton.
Hi.
They want to ask you
How
a question.
are you?
Oh, yeah, sure.
You ain't
Go
here
ahead,
sweating.
Linda.
Your shirt says, I love what?
Country
Country
boys.
boys.
I love country boys.
Now wait, this is my friend's brand before you get on me, okay? My friend
No, we
Jasmine
know. No.
Brown.
And
All
I
right,
will co-sign.
I love
Peyton
country
loves
boys.
to line dance, and this is all about the whole.
This is about line
branding.
dancing.
Yes,
Now she
that's-
does have a shirt that says I love line dancing. That
Yeah,
is the one.
We're going there. We're going there in a second.
Okay.
That's why
Okay.
I asked her to come, because she line dances. But you know, Peyton,
way,
we
real quick.
really respect your mom and what she's done throughout her life. We know that many people love her. We know we love her. Okay. We know your grandmother, your family loves her dearly. But can you tell me why you love her?
Well, don't think too long now.
Yeah, thank you.
We put her on the
Hey,
spot.
we got time. That's why. And wait a minute. While you're thinking, we want your mom to tell us about the line dancing and all that stuff. So think about it. And I want an answer from you before we close out. Okay.
Okay. You got this question, and then you got to answer. Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna answer this, and then you got to answer. Okay. Okay.
So I was watching a video, line dancing. Now I love line dancing. I need to come up.
And I'm gonna play the song. I'm gonna play the song for everybody to hear it. You know, just a little bit. But go ahead, Linda.
What is it? What it? Tell us about this line dancing and how you got an actual song that teaches a new line dance, don't you, Alexus?
Yes, ma'am.
Trail Ride.
So Trail Ride was inspired actually by Jasmine. Good see you later, baby. You too. Jasmine Brown. She is a viral line dance sensation, a beautiful soul, young woman who is just doing her thing out here. She was invited to dance behind 803 Fresh at the BET Awards recently. So she went viral for just dancing, line dancing, honestly. And she teaches classes every single Wednesday. And we are officially a part of the JB Steppers, Jasmine Brown Steppers. And we just dance. We dance and we lose weight. And we stay in shape.
I'm coming.
She said, I'm coming.
It's something fun. It's something fun to do and to have and to just be a part of. You know, it's a lot of women that are out here, all different shapes, sizes, and colors that come, guys even that just dance, and that it's a community of people who want to have a good time. It's no drama. It's all about dance. You got your answer? Yeah. She's ready.
Now you be when she's giving the answer, you get ready to tell us where we can go and be part of that line dancing experience.
Yeah, and I'm gonna play the Trail Ride.
We got
Okay.
Yeah, we want to plug it nicely. So Peyton, you ready to answer?
All right, Peyton. She's ready. Come this way so they can see you. Okay. Answer the question. Do you remember the question? Can y'all ask the question again?
I know that there are many people that love your mom, and we know children love their parents, but your mom is a very special person, and people love her, and we want to know what it is that's to you that's special about your mom.
I would say she's sweet.
Oh,
She doesn't yell that
Good.
even though she does. But she's kind
she is.
and she has a heart.
She has a heart.
I love that.
You know some people without a heart, right?
She like, yeah.
Has a heart.
I love that. That was beautiful, Peyton.
That's
Thank you
wonderful,
for
Peyton.
sharing that with us.
I took us off the grain of what we normally do, but I had to see a daughter that came from a mama
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you,
Yes, and I
darling.
love
Thank you,
it.
baby.
And
You want
we
to go back
see
in there?
you doing the line dancing, so it's awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play
Would
a
you
little
mind?
bit of the song
Uh-huh.
for everybody to hear. So 1 second, guys.
Country, off in the dirt roads, back in the field. It's
This is my
where
part.
you'll find
We can't hear it, Michelle.
Really?
oh, where the
No, we
good
really
vibes
can't
gonna
hear it.
live.
Are you
Oh, I
Where
can.
the
serious?
good vibes
No,
live.
I can hear it.
It's a
Uh-oh.
sunny day, but the moon is shining.
Can you
So
hear it now?
cast your cares away, 'cause everyone's invited. Headed to
But it's
the
okay. It's okay.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we're
I know what
not
it
sure
sounds
what
like.
happened, why
And,
it
and
didn't want
I
to
like it because it's
play,
nice and
but
slow, and I can probably
that's
learn to
that's
move to it.
okay.
Oh yeah, the dance is very simple.
Yeah, and I love it, and I'm learning the steps. I was watching you and Peyton. I said, "Oh, I could do that. Stop! I got it. I'm do my twirl. I'm gonna do the little left hip. Yes, I am.
That's it's a very simple 1-2 step. Anybody can learn it. Any age can do it, and it's very fun. It's just to get you moving. I miss dancing back when I'm redoing right now. I'm doing a Johnny Taylor song called Disco Lady, and
Oh,
Ooh,
that was
I
my
love this lady.
grandmother's favorite song, and
Yeah,
that is the type of music that is generating, once again, just clean music, fun music, music that we can dance to. You don't people don't dance anymore, and so
yeah.
I respect the art of entertainment so much that even though I'm not a dancer, I'm gonna get out there and I'm gonna dance.
I know
Because
that's
it
right.
makes you feel good. It's fun. It's uplifting. It's something that changes your mood and your spirit. And I think that we should get back to, as creators, just dancing because it feels good, not because it looks good. Looking
Mm,
good has taken over the community of dancing, but
yes.
feeling good and how you move and how much fun you
Mm,
have to just do it. It,
you
it, it
better.
doesn't, it doesn't cost anything to have a good time. And
It
and
doesn't.
so
No,
so
yeah.
where do
you
we
are
go?
right.
Where do we go to join the JB Steppers? I want to be up there with the people.
We're in Columbia now, Miss Linda. We not in
Oh,
Atlanta.
okay.
Listen, Columbia, South Carolina. Listen, it's 2 hours away. We got this. Let's go. Listen,
Let's
Caesar
go.
Cruz. Listen, Caesar
It's
You
only
Cruz
you
one
said.
need
it's only one class a week now. You can make it
Listen,
if you really want to.
Caesar Cruz
but
said art
what
should just.
about doing something down here? Come
Now
on.
that's what I was gonna say. Now Jasmine travels. She's in Chicago. She's in Mississippi. She's in Tennessee. She's somewhere every single weekend, every single week. This girl is booked 24/7.
Yeah,
She has to go to
and I just
Alabama
want to
Saturday.
get the point out
Alabama.
what Caesar Cruz said because it ties into what Alexis says about comforting. Art should
Mhm.
disturb the comfortable and comfort the disturbed. Okay,
Mm.
so
Ooh, that is
all right,
good. Why
yes.
I can't see these messages? What's happening on my end?
Oh no, that's
Hold
a
on.
quote. That's a
Oh,
quote. That's one of my
oh
favorite
wow.
quotes there. Art should disturb the comfortable and comfort the disturbed by Caesar Cruz.
Mm,
Yes. And I love
wow.
that because it's tied into what you stated that the line dance and its comfort, it helps with getting out of your comfort zone and taking initiative and exercising. Just get up and move. And like Linda
Hmm.
said, let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it down here. Let's get some
Oh,
movement
You
down
know,
here in the
we can
ATL.
bring
You
it
know
down.
how
We can bring it to you guys at any time. You guys have to just let me
yes.
know. Michelle, know I'm always down to come to
Listen,
Atlanta.
she's. I
Hop, skip,
call
and a
Alexis.
jump.
I'm like, Alexis, you coming? She's like, girl, I'm on
If I'm not busy or if I'm not on the road, I will be in Atlanta. I
the
promise
road.
well,
you.
Yes.
Atlanta is a second
I
home.
gotta ask you this.
Hmm.
If you were to tell your younger self something, what advice would you give your younger self?
Mm.
Girl,
Woo-hoo.
mm, give yourself grace.
Mm.
Be patient. Don't react to everything. Everything doesn't deserve a reaction. Sometimes silence and it's
Mm.
silence is power.
Yes.
And don't change who you are to fit into any crowd. Rejection is protection.
Mm. You better come on with it. Come on. Yes, Miss Bria. Yes, Miss
Yeah.
Sweets. Yes. I
that
love
that
that.
is that's what it could, because there's so many situations where I cried because I wasn't able to be a part of something, or I just didn't feel like why did they pass up on me? Like, I know I did an amazing job, or just certain situations in life where I just couldn't understand. I think that just
Yeah.
being who I am and accepting who I am and loving who I am where I am has been tough.
Okay.
And
Got
so,
that.
yeah, that would be the advice.
So what we did talk about the challenges, but what was the hardest lesson you had to learn? What's the hardest thing you had to learn?
Rejection.
Rejection.
Mm,
Rejection is so difficult. And I don't care where you are or what level you're at, you know,
Mm-hmm.
not being able to be a part of something that you really want to be a part of, it hurts. It hurts. But it also shows the Bible also says the things that you sow in tears, you reap in joy.
you're right.
So those are moments where I cried my eyes out because I couldn't be a part of
You better
something
come on,
major.
Pastor Weeks.
Oh my God, Michelle, stop.
She ain't lying.
Come on,
You
Pastor
know
Weeks.
you
You
got
better
that.
come on, come on. Yes, give us a word today. Yes.
It was those moments, man. Those moments of rejection that I felt like I needed to be a part of something, or I wanted so badly to be a part of somebody's tribe, or be
Mm,
there for somebody and be with them because I helped them, or I was there, and I wanted the respect from that person who they didn't give it to me publicly, but behind closed doors they would always, you're amazing, you're a superstar, you're this, you're that, you have all this going on, you don't need me, you don't need anything, you don't want to ride my coattail. And it's like, but it's not about riding the coattail, it's about you helping me get it's different when someone can give you a leg up and won't,
mm.
Mm-hmm.
and they have the power to,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
but they don't.
yeah.
And
And
it no, go
It's
ahead.
been said, it has been said by a famous actor. I want to say it was Dustin Hoffman, who said, when you take the elevator up, always send it back down.
Mm, you better.
Mm, yes. And people don't do that anymore.
Yeah, they
Mm,
And I
just
think that
keep it up
that,
there with
that hurts.
the
And,
penthouse.
and they stay with who is with them at the top, and they never come back down to the bottom. But you know what? Steve Harvey, it's a quote that I live by from him that I saw him say. And it was, the higher you go up, you're like a rocket. And at a certain altitude, the boosters fall off. They have to.
mm,
They can't stay with you
mhm.
as you continue to go up. So
Yeah, 'cause you're heavy.
as you elevate, things, people, places, situations will fall off, and you have to be okay in order for you to continue to rise. But another quote, and I don't know who said this, but what goes up must come down.
Must come down.
Mm,
And
And you meet
so
those same
the
people.
same people that you see on the way up, you
You
you're
see
see
gonna
them.
coming
see it
down. And so you have to treat everybody
with
with
respect and
this, with the respect in every level, because if you don't, then at a level where you were climbing and you disrespect somebody on your way down, or something that could save you,
Uh-huh.
it'd be the same reason why you fall.
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
better. I love that. I just wanted to point out here, and thank you for sharing that, Alexis. And if I mispronunciate the name, I'm going to say it two different ways, and I hope I get one of them right. It's Micah or Mika. Um,
Michael Hoffman.
Hoffman Zoller said that they could hear the music, so it was probably just on your side, so the viewers
Yeah.
could hear the music. So they said beautiful, and yes, it's an amazing tune. I love it. So soft, and it's a catchy tune, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for what you both stated about rising and falling and not giving a lending hand, what we have to remember is that we all must remain humble. Our gifts are just that, they're gifts. We're supposed
Yep.
to share our gifts. And there's the table, it's a huge table, and there's enough room for everyone to eat. If we just understand that your gift is your gift. It's uniquely made for you, curtailed to you and your vision and your perspective, right? So nobody could steal it. So if you're sharing something, you're sharing it out of the love and kindness because you're pouring into somebody else, but not a lot of people think like that because it's more of the crab in a bucket mentality. Like, ooh, I have to get it, and step on whoever I have to get to the top. And it's sad, but I'm just grateful that the people within this circle, within our community, the mindset is totally different. And that is why I truly respect Linda, people such as yourself, people such as Felicia Simone, and the movement that they have created to help others and pour into others, to let them know that they're not alone and that there are people out there that are willing to help.
Right.
If you ask,
I worked in radio before I did all this other stuff. And I remember when I started in radio, I wanted to do voiceovers. And I asked one of the on-air personalities, how you get started in that? I was 21, 22, just trying to do my thing. He said, well, why would I tell you that for you to be my competition? And I went home and I thought about it. And I said, but how can I be your competition if you're a white man and I'm a Black female? If you're a man and I'm a woman, I can't be your competition because the producers know what they want. It's the same thing in acting and singing. People know what they want to hear. They know what satisfies them. They know what they want to see. They know the character they're looking for. And there was a time I used to charge to give advice, but now I'm to the point where, you ask me a question, I'm going to answer the question. I ain't going to charge you for that answer. That's way too much paperwork for me to have to keep up with.
Yeah.
I know that's right.
Answer, Yeah.
I just, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Alexus.
I just want to say, just to piggyback off of what you guys were talking about, you don't have to sit at everybody's table in order to eat. People want you to be at their table, or they want you to be a part of what they're doing, or they want to disclude you from what they're doing. But, just because you're not at their table doesn't mean that you're not going to eat.
There you go.
Or doesn't mean that you have anything less than what they're doing. They are just not at your table eating with you. It's kind of like a wedding reception, right? Where you get placed at a table with certain people. And you're not fond of the people that you're sitting with, right? So you get up and you choose another table, and it just so happened to be a seat at this table around people that you're way more comfortable being around. And even though you were set at this table, this isn't the table that you ate at. This was just the table that you were set at. And then you move to another table, and that table you can eat at, you can laugh at, you can talk, and you can feel comfortable, and your energy is received and perceived in a way where you don't have to feel uncomfortable in your own skin. You don't have to watch what you say. You don't have to walk on eggshells. You can be exactly who you are in that moment. It's the same thing in the industry.
Yes.
You don't always have to be at a certain table. Just because you see those people over there eating and it might look good, they might got lobster and steak over here. But you better be good with your salmon at this table with the people that's around you, because that salmon gonna taste just as good as that lobster and steak around people who love you.
Come on.
And support you, and who's going to clap for you and cheer you on and push you to the next level, so that whenever you do get on that level, somebody else is going to wish they were at that same table. But you got to build that table up. So I just want to say, just be happy where you at. Like, accept where you are. Enjoy the process. The process, people try to skip the process. The process is so important. It is so important. It builds you. It molds you. It makes you or breaks you. You have a choice to be what you see, or go against the grain and be something completely different. And you don't have to accept what you see. You don't.
Yes.
You don't have to accept those things, and you don't have to accept the crumbs either at another table. Just get up and go to another table.
Wow. look, Linda's going to church in the back. And I said, well, look, I was going to ask you to leave the audience with a message.
Yeah.
And listen, you gave them more than a message, okay?
You gave them the
took us
message.
to church, honey. You took us to church. Listen,
Hallelujah.
now I need my tambourines.
Y'all stop it. I am not a preacher. I am not a preacher.
Well, yeah, but you're a prophet.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Oh my gosh, I love it. So
That's all
at
right.
this time, can you please share with our viewers where they can follow the amazing Alexus Bria and how to find you, book, and any upcoming events or programs that you have and would like to share at the moment? As you can see, Alexus Bria, ALEXUSBRI.com. Yes, and continue on Instagram at Alexus Bria. If you're on Facebook, Whitney Alexus Bria Weeks.
The full name is on Facebook.
Just contact Michelle Diamond.
Right. Well, Michelle said it all. She said it beautifully and perfectly. That is exactly how you can reach me. I post all of my, I got to update my website actually because I have more events coming up. Once I get a better calendar and my mom tell me what I actually got to be doing this week, I will know. But Alexus Bria, www.alexusbri.com is my website. You can all visit me on. My Instagram is Alexus Bria, ALEXUSBRIA. Same thing on Facebook. If you type it in, you'll see Whitney Alexus Bria Weeks, and that is my full name. And normally Facebook is for my close fans, my family, and people that, you know, I can joke with and have a good time with, right? Instagram is a little bit more for the fans and the followers, but my website, you can also follow me and see any and everything that I'm doing. I'll update you on everything that's going on. And I'm just me, man. You know, just follow me, and I like to have fun. I like to have a good time. I'm real. I don't fake anything. I am just exactly who I am in every moment.
And I can hear you singing this song, an old tune called "Let's Straighten It Out." About that.
Look, I am an old soul, Miss Linda now.
Add it to the list of things to do. Listen, we're gonna definitely have a link up in Atlanta between you, myself, and Linda to talk about some amazing things that we would love for you to partake in, and some projects that I have some amazing ideas on. So we will definitely discuss that. But
can I leave with a song? Because
sure.
This is how I met you guys, right? I want y'all to know this is what made everybody in the room cry when I met Miss Linda and Michelle. Okay, so I gotta sing a piece of it for the people who know a little gospel. Okay.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Sometimes you have to speak victory during the test. And no matter how you feel, speak the word and you will be healed. Speak over yourself. Encourage yourself in the Lord. Oh, that's all I want to say. Because I met y'all with that song and I'm going to leave y'all.
Listen, I love it. You know, Alexus, yes, that was amazing. Alexus and I go back a few years, and you know, we had the amazing intro with her and Linda when they did the Cis Expos together. And let me tell you, that was a soul pouring event where hearts were open, eyes just filled with tears, and just full authenticity of us being women and just supporting each other. And it was absolutely beautiful. But anyhow, on that note, tonight, Alexus Bria reminded us that artistry isn't just about what you create. It's about who you move and how you leave the world different than you found it. Remember, your voice is your power. When you use it, you shift the atmosphere. At Infinite Perspectives, we hold to this truth. Voices shape visions, and visions shape futures. May this conversation remind you to guard your own vision, nurture it, and shine it unapologetically. Until next time, this is Michelle Diamond and
I'm Linda Boston.
On Infinite Perspectives, where voices become vision. Until next time, keep amplifying voices and keep inspiring vision.
How you gonna change the things around you? Oh, what you gonna love inside of you? Oh, when you gonna hear his revelation?